Hello everyone, welcome to a World of Warship Blitz video. Today's video is brought to you by the cruiser Perth. So it's been a long time since I've uploaded a video. I haven't really played a lot of World of Warships. I have got back into playing it a little bit over the last couple of days or weeks. Yeah, so I picked up some of the lines that I was grinding through, such as I think I'm at the Sinope, heading towards the Vladivostok, and that tells you how long I've been away from the game for. However, yeah, the Sinope isn't a lot of fun. It's as much fun as I remember the Ismail and the Peter Valaki being. So I think I'll probably stop that line at about that point. The British cruiser line, and I normally was a pretty big fan of British ships, seems to have stopped at the Devonshire, and I'm not really sure that I can fight my way through to the Surrey. And yeah, the new European destroyer line, I think, is at tier 4, where it may stay for a while, because when I get back into the game, I'm sort of running back to some of the same ships. So there's the British cruiser experience, obviously, and a lot of the ships that I'm actually enjoying playing more are ships that have concealment as part of their main attraction. So spending a few, had a few games in the Yukikaze, which is the premium Japanese tier 8 destroyer with 3 fuel smoke. It's basically a Kagero with fuel smoke and sonar, and because it's got 3 fuel smoke, you've got 3 opportunities to get yourself into or out of trouble, as the case may be, rather than the single fuel smoke of the Kagero, or the single smoke of the Kagero. And because it has my Akazuki captain on it, it has a mist weaver, which means that the cooldown between the fuel smokes is actually much reduced. Not that it extends the duration. So I'm having okay games, a few wins, but mainly I'm winning with scouting duty rather than actually landing a lot of torpedoes or grabbing caps, which is as the case may be. Here we are in the Perth, and what we're doing in the Perth is, well, we grab the cap. We're sort of treating it a little bit like a destroyer because there are no destroyers on the enemy team, so my concealment's pretty good, although we are a pretty big target and do have a citadel. So here we are, we're going nose on into those battleships. So the Perth is a pretty squishy ship, but it's pretty good at, well, grabbing caps, and it's pretty good at hunting destroyers. It's just terrible against battleships, and although it has HE, to its credit, it's actually worse against battleships than the Leander, I would say, just because the Leander has the ability to rest up and smoke and make a move. The fuel smoke for the Perth is a little bit more limited, but still absolutely fun ship to play, and I've been doing okay in it, but yeah, it does take a bit of a beating. Here we are, we have a battleship, I think, and a destroyer. The destroyer is my target, the battleship is my nemesis. Let's see how we do. So the other ships that I've been enjoying are the Nelson. I took the Nelson out in some respawn, and for some reason thought that all the destroyer captains had forgotten that the Nelson existed, because well, I think I got about 6 kills in that particular respawn event, or respawn game, simply because destroyers got a little bit too close. And obviously my good old friend, the Warspite. So probably the other thing to mention is that a bit of the skills come off. So if I go out in one of the ships that I'm not particularly skilled in, like a Chapayev or something like that, I do struggle. And I am finding that yeah, at about tier 6, I'm pretty much, that seems to be my new skill level, based on the fact that I've been away from the game for a while. So those people that call other call other gamers a noob, are just showing off that they're spending far too much time playing the game. So being a noob and not being the best at tier 10 doesn't mean that you're necessarily bad. It just means that you haven't spent the same amount of time, because I think essentially that's pretty much most of it. So obviously I retain the good ability to dodge torpedoes, although that took a bit of relearning, but now I seem to have it under control. And here we are, we're just trying to deal with these cruisers. There's something else out there. Actually, when I said there was a destroyer over here, I lied, because there is no destroyer on the enemy team. There's just lots of cruisers. And we're managing to get their health low enough that they're hiding behind islands, and they're getting our health low enough that I should probably hide behind an island too. There we go. Nicely done. He's going to hit me. I'm going to hit him. I'm just going to keep the turn ups. Hope that most of those shells drop by. Although I should probably fire AP, because the Perth has absolutely terrible penetration. Here we go. We'll get some shots out. And we're out of range because he's a Dallas. That's right. This was 2 black Dallases. Someone else can get him, and someone else did. So, yeah, Perth can be a pretty busy ship. We'll have a fuel smoke, and I should probably do something about that. And at this point in the game, this is where I probably should have held my fire and just head for the hills. Because we had this game in the bag, there was no need for me to try and cause extra damage with the tiny tin pot guns that I had on the ship. Here I am slowing down, which means that, oops, you know, there's only 2 of us remaining. And, yeah, at this point, one of us is only just remaining by the skin of our teeth. So really, I should make tracks, and this is exactly what I do. I'm popping out the fuel smoke. I haven't fired. My detection radius drops. But because of that period I'd stopped, I am now visible again, which is a bit of a shame, because there's a couple of ships that really have it in for me. So what I'm trying to do here is see if I can get a flooding on him, get some shots off. There's no point in trying to reduce my my target cross section. See if I can get some of those shots from those rear turrets on. And oh, just so close, but I can't do anything. Last seconds of the game, got taken out, but still it's a win, and any win's a good win. So yeah, still a little bit aggressive with the cruisers, but yeah, enjoying the ships that I enjoy. And I should probably, I probably have a whole lot of port slots I could free up, to be fair, because there's a whole lot of ships that I'm never going to play again. Starting with the Shiratsuyu, the Tier 7 gunboat destroyer, Japanese destroyer, but working on from there. But anyway, there you go, another video, bit of an achievement to get that up there. I hope new players have been watching, I hope these videos that were uploaded were useful for new players that may have started out. But anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching, and maybe we'll catch you next time.